guess this guy's watching it for the first time. And he goes, of course, the show was dope. Anytime a mark like me from the days of having limited access to wrestlers gets to hear guys like you and Glenn share your thoughts, it's awesome. I wanted to share some constructive criticism too, as I think it's maybe more useful than just saying it was dope. So here are some thoughts. For demo purposes, I'm a 41-year-old unmarried straight male, around, I think it says 60K British pounds. What would that be in the US? That would be like 75K in the US. He says, I have no kids and I've been watching wrestling since 1988. I'm half English and Tunisian with a US citizenship. My viewing habits: binge watching podcasts from starting episode to current, rarely listen live or immediately go through periods of heavy listening for 3 months at a time, then 3 months of just checking a few episodes a week. An example, I just did Russo's whole Spotify from beginning to present. I'll be catching up on shows like yours for years to come. Feedback: I skip out the sports episodes sometimes as I'm not into American sports quite enough, but I love MMA boxing. I think that's true for a lot of non-American wrestling fans, but it's a good alternative theme for American fans. Love the general dynamic where you take the lead and drive the show. Always high-level insights and the passion shows on your show. Reminds me of Bully Ray on Busted Opening. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and help us understand the Lucha Libre shows in Mexico and Puerto Rico each week more than WWE AEW. Well, we do have a Lucha Libre segment every Thursday, and Puerto Rico doesn't really do Lucha, and they don't really do a lot of shows. But if we get information from there, we'll spread it out. Production in general is excellent and comparable with all the other major podcasts I listen to. All the ads are relevant, interesting to me with appealing background music too. Hope some of this is useful, bro. Thank you so much for all the years of entertainment and all the stuff you put out. You guys make us Mark's world go round. Arriba la raza, and then I used to do before in WCW. Anyways, Edon from El Paso, Gabe Sayers from Bridgeport, Connecticut, Triple J McMinnville, Tennessee, Scott Random, Detroit, Thomas Krug, Chicago, New England wrestling fan, Westfield, Massachusetts, Anal Mystery, Silver Spring, Maryland, Derek Morrison, Philly, The Dark One, Chicago, Ruben Briones, Arlington, Washington, Wicked Texan, Dallas, Zachary Crinian, Boyne City, Michigan, McJorganator, Indianapolis, Scotty Rude, Ulster, Pennsylvania. Him and his son started a wrestling podcast for his college out of Oswego, New York, called Ranking Review. Jameson Quinn, Pittsburgh, Mark, Pueblo, Colorado.
So there's another podcast.
Another wrestling podcast.
Chicago writes, show is great and way more topically diverse than I thought it would be. Debbie at Wrestling in 60 Seconds from Gainesville, Florida. Brandon Patterson, Canton, Ohio. That's a football Hall of Fame and rock and roll Hall of Fame?
Rock and roll is Cleveland, but maybe, let me see.
Yeah, Canton is football, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was watching the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame yesterday, like the inductees. Like, do you know who they were, Disco? It was Foreigner, the Dave Matthews Band, Kool and the Gang, Mary J. Blige, and who else? Oh,
I've never heard it said like that before.
And Ozzy Osbourne.
Kool and the Gang.
Yeah, Kool and the Gang.
Kool and the Gang. That's what. Yeah. Your pronunciation was weird.
I'm also in Iran. It's
like Kool got nominated, he got inducted,
right,
and
the gang, right? Yeah.
But instead of
next time.
Let me just say, bro, the Ozzy Osbourne thing was incredible, bro. And I felt bad for him because they brought him out on this big black throne, and he was all dressed in black. And obviously, he can't really sing anymore, so they had other people singing for him, and you could see him mouthing the words. Jack Black actually inducted him, and he was hilarious. But what was really sad, bro, is his legs are shaking a lot. His hands are shaking a lot. He's like, he's